Well, hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Imani,
I'm Jay Bernard, Ma'at Kynes.
and together we are Sankofa Institute for Wellness, and this is another episode of Progressively Yours Health and Wellness Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. There's so much going on in the world, and we're just happy that you've chosen to spend an hour with us this evening. We're grateful.
Yeah, we are indeed honored to have an opportunity to meet again with one of our dear friends, and we're looking forward to the conversation with Brother Lewis momentarily. But as it is our ritual and tradition for the show, we begin with a brief spiritual beginning. I like to invite those of you who wish to participate. It's mindfulness to get comfortable where you are. And would like for you to close your eyes, begin to relax your body. Take in 3 breaths in and out through your nose, deep and full, in and out. Relax your body, drop your shoulders as you prepare for the show. The ancestors have granted us permission to proceed with open hearts and minds that we may receive that which our highest good for the ancestors are receiving: love, grace, gratitude, peace, compassion. And so as we come, we have these words from your true home, the everyday wisdom of Thich Nhat Hanh. And the reading today is entitled The Art of Creating Happiness. The Art of Creating Happiness, number 209. The Art of Creating Happiness. We have to learn the art of creating happiness. If during your childhood you saw your parents do things that created happiness in the family, you already know what to do. But many of us didn't have these role models and don't know what to do. The problem is not one of being wrong or right, but one of being more or less skillful. Living together is an art. Even with a lot of goodwill, you can still make the other person very unhappy. The substance of the art of making others happy is mindfulness. When you are mindful and attentive, you are more artful. The art of creating happiness is mindfulness. It is for the ancestors as we help to make others happy to the best of our abilities by being mindful of our words, our interactions when we are acting with others. Ashe.
Ashe.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Amen.
Amen. You know, I'm going through this training where we're repeating these. They're called verities, kind of like old wisdom of how to live in a state of gratitude and how to be happy and how to acquire more affluence. And the first verity is about being a grateful giver and a humble receiver. And so, you know, a lot of people are trying to get, And they say if you really focus on giving, and helping other people to achieve their dreams, yours are very naturally going to manifest. So I'm really enjoying that reading, and it really makes you sort of stop and practice kindness and gratitude and all the good things all day long. Even when you want to slip into a more negative space, you're like, oh, nope, nope. I'm focusing on gratitude and being a grateful giver. So it snaps you right out of whatever funk you might be trying to slide into. So with that, not too many announcements. Of course, we're inviting everyone to come and try the red light bed up in Swanee. You can give us a call. You can, off the top, 404-482-2470 is a number. You can also call 470-655-7316. We have a huge discount for your first visit, just because we really want people to try the bed. And it's interesting because our guest this evening is the person who had first told us about this red light bed therapy that really helps to your body to heal at the cellular level. So we are really enjoying the bed, the people that we're meeting, those who are telling their friends and family, those who are coming back and getting packages also discounted. So we're grateful to each and every one of you. And we've had a little bit of issue with we have 3 platforms that we stream on: YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And Facebook changed some rules recently. We ended up changing our live Facebook to a platform. It was actually a blog talk radio show that I had called Stepping Into My Power. And that's where you're going to find the live Facebook link for this show. So I'll make sure I set it up today, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't get it, but we had a regular crew that would always come on and ask questions and make comments, and I haven't seen them because of this flip somewhere between StreamYard and Facebook. I don't know who to blame. But anyway, we're going to make sure that people are back on Stepping Into My Power on Facebook. You may have to sign up for that particular page, and then once you're on it, you'll always get the notices. So with that, I'm going to hand it back over to Bernard. Do you have anything, or do you want me to go ahead and introduce our amazing guest?
I don't have anything. The main thing is you've already hit is the red light bed, and that's what we are highlighting and really pushing and inviting those of you who are interested in and concerned about and of your health to give the red light therapy bed an opportunity to help it elevate your health.
All I know is that when people go in there, a lot of people are they're not quite sure. You see raised eyebrows, and they come out and they're smiling. So that's a sign that they liked it. It doesn't get real hot. We have a little fan just in case you tend to get overheated, but it doesn't overheat. The types of red light that we use do not heat the body, which would actually cause inflammation. All right, Lewis Wharton. He is a good friend, as Bernard mentioned, and wonderful, wonderful person. Lewis is a dedicated advocate of holistic healing, having immersed himself in this field since around 2010. His journey began when he faced a serious health challenge and, determined to avoid surgery, delved into the world of natural products and holistic medicine. Fueled by a passion for self-improvement and wellness, he embarked on a quest for knowledge, engaging with doctors of holistic medicine, and conducting extensive research to expand his understanding of options. Lewis keeps his finger on the pulse of the latest developments in holistic health arena, eagerly exploring new products and incorporating those that prove most beneficial into his regimen. And he calls us too. He's like, Imani, guess what I got? His commitment to ongoing learning is unwavering as he remains open to new discoveries and insights, constantly enriching his expertise. Moreover, he generously shares his wealth of knowledge with others. striving to empower as many individuals as possible with the benefits of holistic healing. Lewis Wharton's holistic journey is a testament of his resilience, curiosity, and unwavering dedication to the pursuit of well being, natural health, and wellness. Lewis, come on up and join us on the platform.
Yes. All righty. Thank you guys for having me again. I was on a few months ago talking about healthy drinking water. So if it's healthy, I want to know about it and I want to share it.
Absolutely. You do such a good job too. So whenever you call, I'm like, okay, what you got now? What you got now?
And everybody says that, Lewis, you're not just calling to say hi. You don't have time to waste. You're calling with something good. Let's hear it. What is it? So yeah, every time the phone rings, they know I'm coming with something good. It's already been checked out by me. And I've tried it already. So yeah.
Absolutely. And you're competing with the dog. Stop scratching your mat, please. Thank you. So tell us, what is your latest discovery? We know, but we want, because we've checked it out too thoroughly and love it. We actually mentioned it on last week's show. But tell us a little bit about this new discovery and what it's all about. And whenever you want to, we'll ask Janet to put on that first clip.
Yes. Well, I'm glad I'm always open-minded to at least look at things. I'm not closed-minded. I'll look at it. And if there's a reason I already heard about it or I'm not interested, I would tell the person, oh, I know about that. I've checked it, but the reason I don't do that is because, and I'll explain to them why. If not, I said, no, let me take a look at it. Whatever it is, I'm definitely going to take a look at it. If I see some value, I want to be the guinea pig and try it out. So a friend of mine that was in another business, we're together, and I'm thinking, how come we're just now hearing about this? That's the first thing I said. It sounds good. Mm-hmm. Oh, they just launched about 4 weeks ago. I've been in it a week. I said, oh, so it's brand new. Let me take a look at it. I ordered some of the product and I saw a few testimonies and the rest is history. I've been in about, I don't know, a little over 2.5 weeks. So that's pretty new. And every day I'm learning a little bit more. I've already met the president. I've met the master distributor and the COO of the company. And they said, Lewis, you are something else. We haven't met anybody like you. I said, oh no, I don't need to know about the compensation plan. I'm focusing on what I want to help people. That's it. Go ahead.
So I was going to say, when he says he's enthusiastic, Lewis has literally been going through the streets of LA, sharing this new thing with people and getting their testimonies on the spot and videotaping them. And I think that was one of the things that excited me was that, wow, something that people can feel right away, because a lot of times people will try vitamins and minerals and supplements. And it's like, okay, let's see what happens after 2 or 3 weeks, as they're trying it, faithfully every day. And this one is not like that. So this would actually be a good point to share that first video so folks have a sense of what we're talking about. And then we can go into more detail about it.
Yes, okay, let's do it.
Janet, if you would, please.
Out on an island in the pristine waters of the Pacific Northwest sits a $30 million sea farm. Not just an ordinary sea farm, challenging the environment, one that actually gives back.
One of the things that's always been extremely important to my dad has been the environment. What's incredible about this process is that we bring in a very small amount of seawater into the facility to recreate the spring bloom on land. And in order to get the amount of microalgae that we're growing on land, we would have to bring in a massive amount and deplete the ocean of a very, very viable food source, whereas the water that's leaving our facility actually contains more phytoplankton that is going directly back out into the ocean than what was originally brought in. And he is providing even a larger source of that back to Mother Nature, and that's beautiful.
In the age of World Wide Web, cloning, and moonwalkers, now we can naturally grow and harvest phytoplankton.
I built on this site a large shellfish hatchery, one of the largest in the world. And in order to proceed with producing the amount of seed that we require, I got into the business of growing algae. I did come up with a method that I could grow any quantity any amount at any time of these algae, outdoors as well as indoors.
His process that he's developed is unique. The big difficulty is how do you harvest something? These single-celled photosynthetic organisms are like tiny little one-celled plants floating around in the water. I mean, how do you get them out of the water and into your product? And he's developed a process where it's a very quick and easy way of extracting all the nutrients from these cells.
Phyto, meaning light, plankton, meaning floating or suspended, is the base of life source as we know it. According to NASA, it is responsible for up to 90% of oxygen in our atmosphere. With thousands of single-cell microscopic plants in the ocean, it has eluded man until now.
You know, I'm just grateful that I was chosen to find this product because it's been very elusive. It's eluded man until now, and here we have it, and I'm going to help as many people as we can, I hope.
Throughout history, necessity continues to be the mother of all invention.
He was creating the phytoplankton to feed his shellfish, and as the business grew, his health started to deteriorate, and I used to think that he was just maybe overworked or, tired, and he ended up getting diagnosed with some pretty serious illness about a year ago.
They had diagnosed me with quite a serious cancer. In fact, a very serious cancer. It's called mesothelioma, and there's only about 2,000 cases a year in North America. Nobody survives.
With just 9 weeks to a few months to live, Mr. Harper did the unimaginable.
I was not expecting what I heard. They basically gave him 9 weeks to 9 months to live.
Well, it was a pretty big blow, so trying to get my affairs in order, which had to be done. We then, just basically settled down for me to start slowly, dying.
I had to go down and pick out his grave plot, and that was a really, just a very horrible, raw, vulnerable time. While all this was happening, getting ready for his surgery, we'd all been giving him a bit of a hard time because he had been eating phytoplankton out of the tanks at work. And I was actually getting pretty upset with him about doing that because it's for whales, it's for oysters, it's for fish, it's for krill. So I said, are you crazy? He's literally sticking his finger in the tanks and eating this stuff raw.
I started on a daily routine of just taking a bit of paste, putting it in my mouth, and wash it down with a drink of water and go about my daily business, what I could do. And within about 10 to 15 days, here I am, starting less pain in my back. I knew that something was going on, so I just kept eating half a teaspoon of this paste a day. I was booked to go for surgery in Victoria where they're going to do what they call a talc treatment, and they take a medical grade talking powder, they introduce it into between your lungs and your pleural lining and keep you in the hospital for a few days. And that there causes your lungs to fuse together, and it stops you from drowning in your own fluids that are built up.
The head surgeon came out and had a very odd look on his face. I said to my mom, oh my God, something's happened. My dad's died, and I was just shaking and panicking, and the surgeon came up to me and he said, I don't know what's going on here, but there's a strange foreign white substance covering your dad's tumors in his lungs, and we've never seen anything like it before.
Well, lo and behold, they went in there to have a look, saw something they'd never seen before, took 11 sites, sent them away for biopsy, and I got the news back. Everything was benign. They just did not know what to make of it. Everything was absolutely clean. Well, the surgeons are saying that they don't know what I had. They don't know if what I created and I'm taking had any effect on the cancer. All they can tell me is they've never seen what they saw inside of me, and I attribute this to my algae. I fully believe that with all my heart. I do moderate exercise every day.
All right, so Louis, tell us a little bit more about the marine phytoplankton. We just got that wonderful overview.
Yes. Okay. So back in 2005, 2006, this was discovered purely accidental. He had no idea that this phytoplankton was going to affect his cancer like that. He doesn't know why. He just started eating it. It wasn't until he went back to the doctor for a routine test that they said the cancer was completely gone. And so one of his employees named David Hunter, who is now the president of the company, started investigating and studying phytoplankton. And he said, this stuff is powerful. I've been researching it. I want to sell it to the public and not just use it to feed the fish and the shellfish, which they were doing. So he formed a company, and they started a process where they flash freeze dry this substance. First, it turns into a green paste similar to ketchup. Then they would flash freeze dry to retain all the nutrients, grind it into a powder, and then package it. And that's the way we're getting it today. Originally, he had capsules and other things he tried, but this powder is the most potent. So he went to the powder from having a capsule and a tablet in the early days. And the company that we're involved in right now launched in about mid-April. And so it's fairly new. And it's really set up. They want to reach the world. So that's why they made this decision in April to set it up as an affiliate program so the word of mouth would reach. Prior to this, they were just selling it retail. So, word of mouth is the best form of marketing. And I've already proven it. I brought in over 65 reps in less than 2 weeks because the stuff is so amazing. I take little 30-second videos of people on the street. I had no idea it would work in 3 to 5 minutes. It's not supposed to work that fast. We tell people, give it 30 days. And some people are feeling stuff in 30 seconds. I don't know. I can't explain why. But each time I videotape, I'm amazed. And then I'm getting phone calls from people from other places. They're experiencing the same thing. Like, why is this stuff so powerful? So really, in a nutshell, here's why it's so powerful. It retains all the natural nutrients. When it enters the blood cell, the phytoplankton is 9 times smaller than a red blood cell. So this is why it goes directly into the cells and it's not destroyed by the stomach acid. That's the secret.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow. Bernard was just showing the little tiny, this is a day's supply, that little tiny spoon. And this is some of the greens here in this container. So we've been trying it and, sharing it with other people and pretty much having the same kind of reaction that you're having from folks.
We did our first sample last Tuesday, just a few minutes before the show. We were sitting here like this, Louis, and we looked at each other and said,
wow.
It's
like, what is that? What is that? We were like,
and we just had this just immediate kind of
boost of energy
that was like, what's that? So we've been on it every day since. Do you take it just once a day? Because on the instructions it said no more than twice a day. What's your recommend?
Okay, let me explain. Normal health once a day. If you have health challenges, you can take it up to 2 times a day. You can take it with or without food, and it doesn't matter what time of the day. Now, here's what I tell people. If you take it at night, you might be up all night because you have so much energy. Yes, my very first dose I took at 10:30 in the morning when the post office delivered. I wasted no time. I worked until 10 o'clock that night and wasn't tired. That's not normal. I mean, I'm 73 years old. Normally, I need a nap in the middle of the day. I took no nap and still had energy at 10 o'clock at night. And I said, okay, we got something here. This is not my imagination. And I gave some to my son, and he said, well, Dad, normally on the job, my arms get tired because I'm doing things where I use my arms. My arms didn't get tired for the first time. He said, I think it's just a fluke. I said, no, it's real. Take it again tomorrow. Here, take a jar. I gave him a jar. I said, you need to take this every day. You're 50. He just turned 50 years old. I said, you need better health, and you're not a spring chicken anymore. Start taking it every day. You need it. So he's starting to take it every day, and I'm just excited. Go ahead.
We were at a show on Sunday, and where we were presenting various items to include the phytoplankton. And there was this one fitness coach. We
have that.
Oh, you got that video?
I think so. Let's see if Janet has it, because it's someone that I know from the community who's a bodybuilder and a personal trainer, just really, really buff. And she was helping with that event. So I had her taste a little bit, and she was like, "Well, what should I expect?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. Whatever your body needs, just let me know later if you felt anything." And she has an amazing story. Let's see if Janet was able to load it. All right, this is Dr. Imani. I am here with Sister Dope. She is a trainer, a personal trainer. You can tell that she's very fit. She works out. And I've known her for a long time. And she came through here at a little,
pop-up event.
What are they doing today? It's a pop-up event. Yeah.
10-year anniversary for Opulence.
For Opulence Boutique. Okay, so she's here helping out, and I gave her some of the marine phytoplankton, the gatatana. And she said, "What am I supposed to feel?" I said, "I don't know, whatever your body needs." And you tell the rest of your story.
Well, I have a stiff left knee, and I took a cup of it, and it's not bad at all. It's a very palatable type of stuff. It's really, really good. And like I would say 15 to 20 minutes after I took it, I started running. Forgot that I had a stiff knee. I was like, wait a minute.
Wow.
So I can actually lift my knees and don't have any issues. So I think if you take this on a daily basis, you can just imagine the healing process that you can actually go through. So it's really, really good.
Wow. Thank you. That's great to know. Thanks so much.
That was awesome.
That was, it's not like we had planned it or anything. I just said, here, try a little bit of this. And again, it was just that little tiny spoon that I put in a little cup of water, the same size cup. And she was so excited. She's like, I can lift my knee again, And also there was somebody that we talked to a lot of people, but there was someone who said, because we asked people if they were working on anything or hurting anywhere. And there was one guy said, "Oh, I've been trying to heal my shoulder for a while." And I'm like, wow, you know what? I said, I've been working on my shoulder for about 3 or 4 months now. And now that you mention it, no pain. I was like, wow, okay, it's all in my head, just because, but people are seeing reduced pain, and that's a real nice thing. You can't make that up. Either it is or it isn't. If you're not doing, and I am doing some other things, but this is like the most recent, and some of those other things weren't helping as much. I'm also healing a knee. Used to be a runner back in the day, and that's feeling a little better too. I'm still dealing with some challenges, but I do feel like that's helped with some of the inflammation in my knee. So it's been good.
This is awesome. Awesome. So the company offers a 60-day empty bottle money back guarantee. Not one person has asked for their money back so far. And this is just awesome. And I'm telling people, if you like doing what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. Just add this to it.
Yeah.
Don't say no. So I'm thinking if they take a scoop of this before they get in that red light bed, oh my goodness. Can you imagine?
I know.
The product going right down into the mitochondria and the red lights going into the cells combined, we're going to have something here. And no one else is doing it. None of the other red light therapy people know about this. But guess what? I'm getting ready to start calling them and tell them, hey.
That makes sense. I had somebody yesterday, who went in the red light bed and he did the full body vibration. And I said, "Oh, I have one more gift for you." And I gave him some of this. So I need to give it to folks before they go on the red light.
Absolutely. Before they go on.
Good idea.
Yeah, because I kind of gave it to him on his way out the door. I'm like, okay, let me know if you see anything or feel anything.
Yes.
Yeah. So
another thing we're going to be doing, we're going to have the massage therapists give their clients a scoop before they massage them. Now the massage is already loosening up muscles, and this stuff is going to be working simultaneously, synergistically. And so that's another win-win. I'm going for all the massage therapists. I've got 5,000 business cards coming. They'll be here tomorrow. I've got them in Spanish and English, and I'm getting ready to get them in 4 other languages.
Wow.
I'm getting ready to take this to the world.
Yeah, that's excellent. That is excellent. That is excellent.
Yeah, yeah. This is good. Did you feel anything other than the excitement and the energy? And
well, you know, I don't have too much physical pain, but the energy. The other thing that I felt, however, was a sense of clarity. You know, mental clarity.
Yes.
Just sharpened, just the element more that I could tell, and so. Yeah, this is wonderful. I took some to my office today. I gave it to one of my clients, and she left before I got a chance to see if it had any effect. And so I'll find out in a few weeks her experience from it. So yeah.
The other thing that's exciting is that they have a product for the animals. I think specifically dogs, or just dogs, cats, whoever.
Yes. Dogs and cats, they're focusing on, but any animal could take this product, sprinkle it on the food. Now, here they have a special formula just for dogs. It's basically the same. Maybe they don't really add anything to it. I don't know why they don't just give them the same thing, but it's $10 less than the adult formula. Now, we had a girl on one of our calls. She wouldn't take it. She only bought it for the dog. But when the dog started jumping around like a spring dog, she said, I think I better get some for me. And now she originally thought more about the dog than herself. But now she said, oh, no, there's going to be some for my dog and some for me. These dog lovers, I'm going to go to them because they need something like this for their dogs. I've heard so many stories about the animals. So
right.
We want
and the sad thing is that, you know, our four-leggeds have relatively short lives compared to ours, you know, for the most part. And we just want to extend that. You know, people who have dogs that live 20 years, they're like so excited because, you know, the average long life of a dog is 15 to 17 years, you know. So people want to not just extend their lives, but to enhance the quality of the lives of their pets. So you know, they pick up so much in terms of bacteria and parasites and all kind of things. So this will help, you know, help to give their bodies a fighting chance. You know?
Absolutely. Yes.
Just like people. So tell us. I know we're not in this market. We're not really supposed to tell other people's stories. Do we have some other videos? Janet, do you have any other videos that you can share? I think there was one of the older woman that Doris, maybe.
Okay, see if you can play that.
Okay, you guys, I'm here at Doris's house. I was just here 2 days ago, and I just happened to call and see how she's feeling. She told me the pain was gone. She's going to tell you what happened. Go ahead, Doris.
I've been having pain in my back and my shoulders turned to the front, and that's been hurting me. My feet have got neuropathy. I've been had counts all over my body that had half my large intestine, small intestine took, and guess what? I have no pain in my body. I drank the 9-ounce bottle of water with one in it, and an hour later, the pain's gone. Ain't left. I've been trying to see. I've been exercising and everything, going to therapy, and no pain.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Oh my goodness, that was 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Okay, thanks a lot for letting people know, Doris.
God bless you and love you.
All right.
Thank you.
I just love her.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. And you know, so many of our elders are dealing with constant pain. They carry the pain so much that they don't complain anymore. They just kind of live with it. You know, so to know that we can ease up some of the pain with something natural, because this is not going to counteract with or act in a conflict with medications and pharmaceuticals. This is food, right? Talk a little bit about that. Yeah,
it's just pure food. There's no contraindications or interference with any other medicines. If you can eat fruits and vegetables along with your medication, you can take this because it's just a food. And I had a gentleman who drove quite a distance to my house, and I gave it to him sitting in the car. I said, start drinking this. He jumped out of the car and left the motor running, started running around. He started yelling at my neighbors, hey, you over there, you got to try this stuff. Now, That's never happened in my life. Somebody's going to tell the neighbors he doesn't even know them. He's just visiting, and he's jumping around, running, and he's 360 pounds. He's 100 pounds overweight. He's jumping around, saying, "Look at me, look at me." He let me videotape it, and that video has turned more heads. When I send it to people, that's the one that's getting people. It's like, oh no, I gotta have a product. This guy. I sent that video to a gentleman that used to work side by side with Dr. Ben Carson over 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's a first surgical assistant. He's one of the very few people in the United States that could program robots to do surgery.
Mhm.
I just sent him a box. When he saw that video, he said, "Lewis, how much did you pay that guy?" He was too excited. "You must have paid him." I said, "I didn't pay him anything." I said, "That's natural." He said, he laughed. He said, "I know. He said, "My wife has one of the issues that one of your testimonies addressed." I think it was lazy leg syndrome. I forgot what they call it, where your legs start shaking. Mm-hmm. And I had a testimony on that. Within 5 minutes, this guy's leg stopped shaking. He couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. I have so many videos in my phone. They're piling up and more coming in every day from everything you could think of. And the reason is because this thing stops inflammation. Inflammation is that silent killer that's causing so many problems. And so this is why this stuff is really, really working fast, because it starts going right down into the mitochondria and working out inflammation. So yeah. So yes, go ahead. Ask me some more questions.
How about children? Can children take this? How young can they take it?
Now, see, we were told that children can take it because it's safe, because it's just a food, it's not a pharmaceutical. Now, but on the box, when I got the box, it says 18 or older. So I'm going to ask the owners about that. And maybe they put that on there because of some type of laws in some of the states where they require any nutraceuticals to have that label on there. That's a possibility. And so if some states have regulatory problems, they're covered versus them not put. Now, this is what I believe is the reason. But we were told right off the bat, because that was a question we asked, is it safe for children? They said absolutely, because it's just a food product. And there's just nutrients, there's vitamins, minerals, and amino acids and essential fatty acids. And so they're safe for children. Again, so I'm going to ask that question, though, just for clarification. And like I said, I'm still learning, and every day I learn a little bit more, and I'm getting questions from the field, and which is good, because the more questions I get, if I can't answer it, I write it down and I get in touch with either the vice president of the company or the master distributor. I've got both their cell phones, so I got a direct line to the president of the company, and I'm happy. I says, I'm not going to bug you because I know you're busy, but if I need a question answered, I'll send you a text. Just text me back so that we can get our questions answered quickly. I said, because I'm going to grow this thing. I'm going to have one of the biggest teams in the company. I know just by myself over 5,000 people. And we have a couple that said that they would never do another business. They were done. They saw this. They go, "Oh, God told us we need to come out of retirement."
Come out of retirement, right?
We can reach over 100,000 people. They started telling me people they know. I said, "How do you know them?" They said, "Over the years, we had big groups of thousands and thousands of people. We retained all their phone numbers." And I said, "If you know so-and-so and so-and-so, oh my goodness, they're some of the biggest people that have ever been in the industry of network marketing in the last 30 years. They know these people." So they got to work. And this guy is a drummer. And so he's playing the drums on a Friday night, and they noticed the difference in his energy. And they didn't know he was taking something. They just knew he had extra energy. It's like, "Why do you have so much energy tonight when you're beating those drums?" Now he's going to go back. I said, "You in that nightclub, bring some of that stuff and make them drink it right there in the nightclub. And then they're going to know why you got all that energy on those drums." So this is going to be big.
So, Lewis, have there been any results shared with you about the effect that it has had on children?
You know what? I haven't heard anything about children yet, any testimonies or any comments yet. But I'm going to start asking, because I know a lot of the distributors. We had last week 64 distributors on our weekly call. And the matter of fact, it's going on now. It starts at the same time this call at 5 p.m. So there's so many people. First time, I guess they're saying, where's Lewis? He's not on the call. But I said, I can't be in 2 places at once. I'll get the recording. But I'm going to be asking distributors that I know, because I'm meeting a lot of distributors. And one of the call doctors, her name is Dr. Candy. She was on a call. Everybody wants her number because she has a vast knowledge of over 30 years. She said there's a lot of things about the phytoplankton that we don't understand why it does what it does. We're just happy that it's working, but we're really trying to figure out. This is one of these world's best kept secrets. We don't have all the answers, but the fact that it's natural and it's working, we're just happy that it's working, and we're going to learn as we go. But that's that the top experts are baffled by why this is working. Like the eye doctor, who had never seen anything like this in 30 years. He has never seen an ocular scan of someone's eye that was that pristine. And this gentleman, they were getting injections every month.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
And it completely healed. He said he's never seen that in 30 years. So this is unbelievable.
It's a game changer. What about athletes? Are you hearing it? I mean, of course, I showed the young lady who is the bodybuilder and personal trainer, but athletes in general, have you heard other stories from athletes?
Not yet, but I'm getting ready to take it to the athletic world. I'm going to all the major sports teams. I'm going to the professional sports teams in my city. Football, basketball, I'm going straight to their home office and say, you have to try this. I need the personal trainer. Because if this increases their performance in sports, it's not an enhancing drug. It's just something natural. And all I do is get it to the trainer, and they're going to research it. They're going to have the whole team, and they're going to be out jumping their competition. And they're not going to tell them what they're doing. They're just come on now. If you can outrun and outjump your components, and you're taking something that's food, this is going to be groundbreaking. I can't wait. I can't wait. Now, no, it's not in there yet, because we would have heard about it. We'd be getting the report from the owners. Oh yeah, we're in this the Dallas Cowboys football. We got it in here. They would have told us. So we're on the ground. We're in the basement.
So we'll do that here in Atlanta too, and get it to as many athletes as we can. We know people who track, training children in track, and a number of so that'd be nice. I mean, I've seen a lot of videos where they show athletes comparing the ones who are, say, carnivores, they're eating meat, they're eating a lot of heavy stuff, versus those who are vegetarians, and the vegetarians are outperforming them. So just think about adding these greens. It's the same concept, if you will.
Yeah, this is going to be big. Yeah, I've heard someone said that we need to be eating meat because it has certain amino acids, but I had to stop eating beef and pork when I got sick years ago, because I was like trying to do everything I can to get healthy, and I knew most of the beef wasn't grass fed and it wasn't healthy, and it was harder to digest. And I'm thinking, let me just stop. I want to live, And so, and I was been weaning myself off of the chicken and fish, because the fish has a lot of mercury, high levels of mercury, and so it's a process. But I right away cut cold turkey, beef and pork, and I'm glad I had the willpower to at least start there. And then amino acids will build proteins. I found out just amino acids, so they have things that will build protein from the food we eat without eating meat. And then you can get beans and things like that. You can get protein from, and pea protein, different types of vegetable proteins to get the proteins. So I am excited.
Yeah, I haven't seen you this excited. You're more excited about this than you were the red light therapy bed.
I was. I had a gentleman that said, Lewis, I saw you a couple of months ago, and as healthy as you are, you looked a little stressed. He said, whatever this stuff is doing, it's relieving stress. You look younger now than you did when I saw you 2 months ago. I said, you know what? I'm feeling better. I'm sleeping better at night. Even though I'm up late, when I fall asleep, I'm going into a deeper sleep. And then when I wake up, I'm not dragging. I used to wake up and I couldn't get out of bed. I'd have to force myself to get up. Now I get up and I jump up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Before I could, if I got up early, 7 or 8, I couldn't get up. I forced myself to get up. Now it's scaring me. It's like, why am I up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I can't go back to sleep? It's a combination of that product and me being excited. I can't wait to start the day.
And the fact that your East Coast friends are calling you early in our morning, which is the middle of the night for you. So I try to be conscientious about that, but people are so excited. I'm sure they're blowing up your phone.
They are. They're calling me at 5 and 6 in the morning. And I said, don't worry about waking me up. I can always go back to sleep if I need to. I need to answer your questions, get you going, because I plan on having 100 to 200,000 people in this thing in the next couple of months. That's really, amazing. Really am. And I'm helping my team. I'm making phone calls for my team. They don't know what to say or how to say it. I said, pass them on to me. Let's have a little tag team. You give me the numbers. I do the calling. I have your link. They go right under you. And that's what I started doing. And that's so nice. I'm up for it.
That's nice. And what about, I was just thinking it'd be really nice to have medical doctors endorse this. Has anyone approached any medical doctors who've tried it? And, you know,
to my knowledge, I haven't seen any, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I have access to some medical doctors. Here's what I'm going to tell them. I know you can't prescribe it because it's not a drug.
Right.
Unless you're integrative medicine and you're authorized to work both ends. Mm-hmm. However, you should just try for yourself because you need better health as a doctor so you can be around longer to treat more patients. So it's okay. I just want you to try it. I don't want you to give it to any patients. And I believe I can get them to try it. And once they try it, even if they just use it, them and their family, that's a plus. If they just, you know, every person we can get it in, it's going to help. And so that's how I'm going to approach doctors, because I know if I do anything else, they're going to shut down on me. So I'm just going to say, I just want you to try this. And if they hesitate, I'm going to say, well, don't you eat fruits and vegetables? You have a problem with that? This is just food. Try one scoop, just one drink.
Right. Exactly. And we do have one of our favorite naturopathic doctors here in Atlanta did sign up, and he's trying it now. So he's trying it himself.
Oh my goodness.
Lots of clients in and out all day long, and he always shares natural products with them. So
this is going to be big.
I'm hoping that he likes it. You know, there's really nothing to not like about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. There's nothing to lose if you can get a money back guarantee. Where's the risk? You know, there's no risk. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm just super excited. So.
Yeah, and it's easy.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Louis, have you always been such an energetic person? And
yes.
Did it begin when you were in childhood? Tell us
how it started real fast. I was born in a taxi cab. I couldn't wait to get here. And I've been moving fast ever since. Okay. And so for me to slow down at around 50, I started really slowing down. But if you stop and think about it, I was on my way to early grave because I wasn't eating healthy. I wasn't doing anything right at 50. See, 50, that was 23 years ago. I'm 73. I didn't start getting healthy until I was around close to 60 when I had the health scare.
Yeah.
Around 60. So that was about 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't that long ago. Prior to that, I was eating every and anything and lots of it. You know?
Wow.
And the only reason I wasn't big as a house is because I was burning it off because I was moving fast.
Okay.
But my internal organs were suffering from lack of nutrition and eating bad food and full of chemicals. That's why when the iridologist read my eyes and I said, I'm dying and I don't want them to cut me open, he said, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with you right now. Sit down here. I'm going to look into your eyes and I can see every organ in your body. He said, oh my God. I said, okay, is it cancer? He said, no. Your organs are full of chemicals. They're shutting down. He said, if you don't do something and get those chemicals out, you're going to die. And I said, tell me what to do. He said, we're going to do a detox right away. It's going to start leaching those chemicals out of your organs. He said, look, he showed me a computer. He said, you have problems in your prostate, don't you? I said, yep, my PSA is through the roof and they don't know why. I did a biopsy. It came back negative. They said, but it was all those chemicals loaded down in my prostate. And he said, look, you got chemicals in every organ. So about 6 months later, I wasn't 100% better, but I was 50% better. I went from being able to stand up only 3 minutes to being able to stand up about 30 minutes to an hour. Prior to that, 3 minutes, I got to sit down. I was huffing and puffing like I was 400 pounds. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't blow up a balloon. I couldn't hardly walk to the bathroom. Sometimes I had to crawl to the bathroom. So I was really on my way out and didn't know why. So it's just a miracle from God that I survived. And now this is why I'm so passionate about health, because now I can tell other people my story and say, look, I know you're not going to do everything, but do a little something to improve your health. And that will start making you think differently. And when you think differently, you're going to start acting differently.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's.
Yeah, that's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Janet to put up that link again for Bluegenics. I spelled it wrong the first time. So It is BLUgenics.com.
Oh, and I didn't notice that. Yes,
I had an extra E in there. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Took a minute to learn how to spell blue without the E.
Yes. Everybody wants to use the E. Me too. So I have to tell everybody right away, there's no E in there.
Yeah, but there are lots of options for people to try it. Small packs, big packs, as a customer, as an affiliate, several ways. So just try it. Like Lewis said, there's a 90-day guarantee, 60-day guarantee.
Empty bottle, money back guarantee. You can use it all and say, I want my money back, and they'll still refund the money, because we want people to be happy. And if they don't feel it's working for them, we want to refund their money. This is phenomenal.
Yeah,
that they're offering that.
It is, and we thought it was worth having you back to be able to share it.
Yeah,
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. I wish I could have played 10 testimonies that's in my phone. I mean, every time, and I look at them over and over, because I get excited every time I see them over and over when I'm seeing the results. One girl had acid reflux, and she had a pain in the top of her head. She was getting ready to go to the doctor the next day. She comes to my house that evening. The next morning, she calls me on the way to work. Lewis, I have no pain in my head. I don't need to go to the doctor, and no acid reflux. I'm on the way to your house to pick up a bottle. I need that. I said, wow.
Yeah, that's nice. People want fast results. We're in a fast-paced society, and generally, we say, well, slow is the way to go, and give it a couple weeks, you'll be fine. It'll kick in little by little. But to see such powerful, immediate kind of, overnight or same day, 20 minutes later kind of results, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And again, it's all natural, and and it's food. It's the food of the whales. It's the food of the fish.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. This is exciting. And it gives off oxygen and helps supply oxygen to the earth, like they said on the video. That is just amazing.
Yeah, it is. With so many things depleting our environment and increasing the toxins, this is helping clean it up. So that's a nice thing too. All around, it's such a beautiful thing. So
it is.
Yeah. Let me see if we had any comments.
Or questions. They may have some questions I can answer.
Yeah,
none tonight.
Like I said, most of our Facebook folks are probably a little bit thrown off because they changed the rules about the site. So
I see.
We'll have all of those folks on. So we've been trying to get all the questions that I know they would ask.
Okay, good.
People are probably going to ask about price, and we generally don't talk about price online, but it's a month supply is way under $100, so that's a good thing. And if you buy in bulk, it's even less expensive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that may be it. Maybe Janet has some questions. Janet, you have any questions? She always stays in the background. But if you would like to ask a question, Janet, you're welcome to join us up on the big screen.
All right.
There she is. She's not showing herself. Have any questions, Janet?
Because I'm over here, back here working.
No, I know you are. Thank you for all you do too. We so appreciate it.
So, Doctor, would you suggest that if someone is currently taking other medication and they try this and they feel a healing within themselves, should they stop their other medication or should they continue both of them? Like I'm asthmatic. So I don't necessarily take a daily pill. However, I know my sinuses are one of my biggest issues. So I take a spray for my nose. But would you suggest that if I took this and it healed everything, because it's ear, nose, throat, should I still take that sinus spray? Or, I'm just thinking of somebody that has blood pressure or something like that.
Okay, I can answer that. Now, I tell people all the time, if you've been on medication, you need to have your doctor tell you that you don't need it anymore, or lower the dosage or wean you off, because people cut some drugs cold, your body can go into shock. So you don't want to just stop taking a drug unless the doctor says it. And the reason a lot of medical questions are coming up, I'll give you an example. People who are on blood thinners think that this product isn't safe because it has some vitamin K, which is a natural blood thinner. That amount of vitamin K is so small, it's not going to thin your blood and cause your blood to be too thin from taking this plus a blood thinner. So you're safe with that. So you're generally safe to take it with anything. And then here again, let your doctor wean you off. Some people don't do that. They just get off anyway. It's like, I'm not talking. I hate these drugs. I'm just going to stop. We can't tell people, what to do. But a lot of people do want to get off of the drugs because they know there's side effects. But no, that's what I tell people. Let your doctor, and then while you're at the doctor, say, oh, by the way, doctor, this is what I'm taking. It's just a food. It's phenomenal. So this is, if I have a better reading, this is why.
Right.
Okay.
And we normally, thank you for asking that, Janet, but we normally do, whenever we talk about products, we do a disclaimer, this product is not intended to treat, cure, prevent any disease or health state. But we always encourage people to work with their primary care practitioner, their other, health practitioner, before they make any changes in their diet, especially if they're dealing with something serious. Again, this is food; it's a food substance, so for most people, it's probably fine, if it's so well. But that's a very good question in terms of making changes to your current medical regimen. We definitely want you to check with your doctor.
So, Louis, we're up against time.
Okay.
Do you have any closing thoughts that you would like to share with the audience regarding the phytoplankton?
Well, yeah, my closing thoughts are just I'm encouraging anyone not just to try it themselves, but to get on the phone and call everyone they know, because we need to get proactive. If someone says, "Oh, I'm in great shape," you don't know what's going on inside your body that hasn't shown up yet. And this would be a good product to help, safeguard about some possibility of something that might be coming down the road that you just don't know about. So I just encourage everyone to try it, because you're going to love the way you feel. And it even helps mental health, they're saying. This is really phenomenal in an age where a lot of kids are committing suicide because their minds are messed up. This is going to improve mental health too. And that's phenomenal. So that's what we didn't touch upon. I would say we all need better mental health.
That's a good last point. Thank you so much, Louis. And it's I told you it would go very quickly because it's something you're passionate about. We're passionate about. And we wanted people to get this information. So thank you so much for joining us. We'd like to thank our audience. We're going to make sure we send this out to people who are normally on with us. We'll make sure we send out the recording. The one on YouTube is a real easy one to share. So we'll make sure we get it out to everyone. Thank you again. Have a wonderful evening. And Louis, don't go anywhere. We'll talk to you in a minute.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome.